I was the guinea pig for the first ever online bar exam, so you wouldn't have to be. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's Mikayla and welcome to another bar prep video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to take the bar exam online. We're going to be talking about what you need to do before the bar exam, during the bar exam, and after the bar exam to make sure you have a successful online experience. This video is specifically going to be focused on what you need to do to prepare for the bar exam. But if you are interested in hearing more about how my experience was taking the first ever online bar exam, head over to my TikTok when you're done watching this video because I'm going to be posting a video on there talking about that. Also, if you're taking the bar exam in a jurisdiction where it's in person and not online, don't worry because next week's video I'm going to be giving 5 tips on what to do on test day, and that will apply for everyone. So if you guys have not already, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that bell so you're notified of when I post future videos. And with that, let's get into the video. Today for you guys, I have 2 things you need to do before the bar exam, 2 things during, and 2 things after. So let's start with before. The first and most important thing you guys need to do before the bar exam is to secure your internet connection. If you know that your internet is spotty sometimes at home, make plans ahead of time to take the bar exam somewhere else. The most common place this will most likely be done at is a law firm. If you don't know any law firms personally in your area, reach out to the law school that you graduated from and ask if they can reach out to any attorneys nearby to see if they can get you set up there. I know when I was taking the bar exam, the dean of my law school reached out and accommodated a lot of people that way that didn't really feel comfortable taking it with the internet they had at home. So if you don't feel confident in your internet, make sure you plan ahead of time and secure a location where you feel confident that the internet won't go out. Now, if you are taking the bar exam in your home and you do feel comfortable with the internet connection you have there, that's totally fine. But there are some things you can do ahead of time to lessen the probability of there being an issue. You can first call your internet provider and make sure that there are not going to be any planned interruptions the day that you take the bar exam. I don't know how often internet providers have planned interruptions, but you want to make sure that by any small chance the day that the bar exam happens is not the day that they've decided to reset the internet or do any major updates or anything crazy coming to where you live and messing with the router outside. You don't want any random issues. So it definitely doesn't hurt to call the internet provider and just tell them what's going on and make sure that there will not be any issues on the day that you take the bar exam. Along with that, if you live in an apartment complex, do the same thing. I know apartment complexes sometimes, if they're having people come work on the internet for the complex, there might be a planned internet shortage. So communicate with the people that could affect that and make sure that they are aware that you are taking the bar exam on that day. Now, nothing in life is perfect and things can still happen. So along with that, when you do call your internet provider, ask them what the quickest fix is for if your internet does go out. Should you call them? Should you fill something out online? Should you try to fix the issue yourself? Be prepared. The key to taking this exam and having a successful online experience is preparation. So you want to do everything you can to put yourself in the best position possible. And then along with all of that, whatever program your jurisdiction is using to take the bar exam on, make sure you have their IT information on deck. If you have to have a sticky note next to your computer, if you're allowed to, caveat, everything I'm telling you guys, make sure it's allowed. But if you're allowed to have a little sticky note or a notepad or something near you or in the room, make sure it has the IT phone number, the IT email, directions on what you need to do if your internet were to go out. Make sure you also have the contact information, phone number, email for the governing body of the bar exam in your jurisdiction as well. If you can't get a hold of IT for the specific program you're using, at least you can maybe let them know you're having issues. Basically, just make sure you have any possible way you would need to contact someone readily available. So if something does happen, you're not scrambling trying to find some person to contact. So secure your internet and secure those backups as well. The second thing you need to do before the bar exam is prepare your devices. I was blessed enough to be able to get a new laptop before I took the bar exam because my old laptop would not have lasted me. I know that for a fact. So whatever computer you end up using, make sure you know that computer well and make sure you know that computer's habits. For example, my laptop used to just restart and update itself with absolutely no warning. And I had a fear of that happening during the bar exam, so I made sure I went into my settings and turned off any auto update, auto restart, anything. all of that was turned off. Another issue I have with my laptop is there's a key on the keyboard that when I press it, it puts the entire laptop to sleep. And when I first got that laptop, I did that accidentally probably once a day. So if there's a way to disable that function, if you have that function on your laptop, I would highly recommend doing that as well. You want to just take away any potential accidental mistakes that you could make while taking the bar exam, because you're going to be so focused on a million other things, you're not going to be making sure you don't press certain keys on the keyboard. Along with that is to make sure your computer is updated. Don't give it any reason to update itself while you're taking the bar exam. Make sure everything is up to date and make sure everything is good to go. If you have not already, whenever you have the opportunity to test out all of the software that you're going to be using during the bar exam, make sure you do that to a point where you're comfortable. Make sure everything is functioning, the timer, the question toggling, everything you possibly might need. Make sure that you test that before you get to the day of the bar exam. And lastly, of course, you can't have your phone with you while you're taking the bar exam. But if anything were to happen, have your phone outside of whatever room you're in with the phone numbers of the IT support that we talked about earlier saved in your contacts, ready to go. Emails open, ready to shoot an email out if you need help. I think that pretty much encompasses preparing your devices. Make sure everything is up to date and good to go. Make sure you're comfortable with the software and make sure you have your phone ready in case of an emergency. Now getting into during the bar exam. This is something I wish somebody would have told me back when I was taking it because it would have really helped. And that is to act like no one else exists. Because I was the guinea pig and because an online bar exam had never been done before when I was taking it, there were rumors of people breaking into the software, starting the exam early, all kinds of things. That was terrifying to me because I knew I wasn't going to cheat, and it felt unfair to me that there were so many possibilities, it felt like, of other people cheating or other people taking advantage of the software. What if somebody during a bathroom break has their notes in the bathroom and looks at them? What if they have a spouse or a friend who's already taking the bar exam outside and they go ask them a question? All of these thoughts were running through my head. But listen, at the end of the day, you can't control that. You literally cannot control what other people are going to do and what rules they are going to follow or not follow. The only person you need to be worrying about is yourself. You need to make sure that you are following all of the rules and doing what you need to do so that your test does not get thrown out. You just can't control what other people are doing. And I promise you guys, worrying about that is not going to help you. I know, it sounds harder than it might be for some of you, but act as if no one exists. On the day of the bar exam, it's you and that test. That is the only thing that matters. And after the bar exam, you guys can worry about who did what and when and whatever. Focus on you. You are the only person that matters, and you are the only person that exists on the day of the bar exam. And the second thing you need to do during the bar exam is do not leave anything blank. Now, this is probably not a new concept. However, when taking an online bar exam, things can get a little tricky. While you shouldn't leave anything blank on the bar exam, whether it's in person or online, in person, you typically have a proctor in the room telling you 10-minute warning, 5-minute warning, whatever, and you know when you need to kind of start filling things in that you haven't gotten to yet. But there was a story of someone who took the bar exam when I took the bar exam who was solely relying on a timer that they had set within the program for themselves. And when that timer got to a certain time, they started filling in all of the blanks that they hadn't filled in yet. However, I don't know if they started the timer late, I don't know if something malfunctioned within the system and they closed the exam a minute early, I'm not really sure. But the person ended up leaving answers blank because they thought they had more time than they actually did. So I would honestly, around the 5-minute mark, if you have blanks, just go put something there, especially for multiple choice. It's very, very easy. 5-minute mark, go fill out the rest of the multiple choice, take like 30 seconds, hopefully not longer than that, to do all of that, and then use the remaining time to really go back and answer as many more as you can. But what you do not want to do is leave a blank answer on the bar exam because you can't lose points for wrong answers here. You have to fill everything in. So just keep that in mind on the online bar exam, especially when you're setting your own timers, to take into account that it might not be completely accurate. And finally, the first thing you do after the bar exam is to make sure that you get every single confirmation for every single section of that exam. What they did for my jurisdiction was they sent us email confirmations. So after every single section that I submitted, I received an email saying that they had received my answer. Every single section. I don't care if you've gotten most of them or if you've gotten one and you just assume that they've gotten all of them. I want you guys to make sure, whether it's an email or a check mark, whatever it is, make sure you get confirmation that all of your answers were submitted, because there was also a situation where the program did not receive part of a person's exam. You don't want that happening to you. And if it does happen to you, you want to make sure you're at least aware the day of, so that 2 weeks later, they don't contact you looking crazy and there's nothing you can do about it. Make sure you get a confirmation for everything. Everything. And the second thing you absolutely must do after the bar exam is to keep your exam files on your computer until the results come out. I don't care if you've received all the confirmations at this point. That's great, that's the first step, but you have to keep all of your exam files on your computer until you get that pass or fail. Because again, God forbid something happens and they lose the answer files, at least they're on your computer backed up there. Don't delete anything until you get that pass. And you guys are gonna get that pass, okay? Don't delete anything though before it. I know this is stressful, trust me, I know firsthand, but guys, it doesn't matter if they're having you guys take this bar exam in person, online, via carrier pigeon, it really doesn't matter. What you know in your head, the knowledge that you have, and all of the information you've been collecting into your brain over the past couple months is going to come out in whatever form. Do not let this new era of bar exam administration freak you out, okay? Take the exam the exact same way you would if it were in whatever your preferred method was. Taking the bar exam online allows you to make your circumstances and your surroundings more comfortable. Have a blanket, make sure that your space around you is clean. Make sure you don't have anybody around you distracting you. It's honestly kind of nice in a way that you can kind of control the environment you're taking the bar exam in. So take advantage of that. Make it a comfortable space for you and make it a space that fosters a successful result. If you guys have any questions at all, anything at all about taking a bar exam online, please let me know in the comments. I know I did not cover every single little individual thing, but I think these are the main things everybody needs to do to be prepared to take this bar exam online. So again, leave me any questions or comments you guys have down below. Next week's video is going to be beneficial for everyone, so you're not gonna wanna miss that. And with that being said, I will see you guys next week. Goodbye and good luck.